Internets, we're back for round 2 of the most badass moments in Survivor history. Now, if you missed part 1, where I went over my top 10, check it out. Otherwise, here are my next 10 moments that either leave me awestruck, demand my respect, or make me pee myself a little out of fear. Starting off with a batch of ridiculous idol plays, I know a lot of people wanted me to include this moment in the previous video, and I almost did. I know you know how much I love me a green banana turning yellow, because the first moment is from Queen P herself. It's when Parvati plays 2 idols on both Sandra and Jerry at the merge of season 20 Heroes vs. Villains. The whole series of events that led up to this play is a masterclass in duping the opposition, and Parv does it so well. She throws the challenge to Danielle, reads Amanda's bluff for a filth, and despite being exposed and a known primary target, doesn't play either idol on herself, but instead gives them out like candy. Take notes, everyone.
I'm thinking they're gonna vote for me because they want me gone. Like, do these people think I'm stupid?
Yeah.
Do they think I'm stupid? Like, Amanda's played with me before.
The heroes are going to tell Russell we're voting for someone, and then the 5 of us are going to vote for someone else. So it's good just to test. We don't want to make a dumb decision and then lose our lead.
However the vote shakes down, I'm gonna make sure my butt is safe no matter what. But I'm gonna try to make it work that none of our villains are going anywhere tonight.
I'll win, because you're the item.
All right, this one's all yours.
It's kind of strange how Parvati stepped down at the end of the challenge, when she's in such danger, and she knows it. So the plans are me and Candace and Rupert, Amanda, Colby, 5 strong, write down Sandra or Jerry's name.
It'll be really crazy tonight if Parvati gives her idol to somebody. I hope she doesn't. I hope she plays it for herself. You never want idols floating around. It just ruins things.
I knew that Amanda was lying to me when she told me that they were voting for me. Like, I know you're trying to get rid of me, but I'll just play along with you right now. It's like, thanks for looking out for me, buddy. You know what, Jeff? I think it would be downright depressing to sit and watch green bananas turn yellow without my debaucherous little villains. And Jeff, I would just like to increase our odds. So, Jerry, that one's for you too.
Damn it.
Another badass idol play comes from the master of winning the bag on your second chance. It is Jeremy from season 31, Cambodia. Because one of Jeremy's closest allies, Steven, was being targeted by Jeremy's own alliance. And Jeremy knew that, and he was supposed to just go with it. They'd all agreed, or maybe even strong-armed, that Steven needed to go next. He was the consensus blindside victim. But Jeremy didn't like the play, not with the Witch's Coven still intact. And yeah, nobody knew that he had this idol, so instead of going with the flow and letting one of his closest friends get voted out, Jeremy played his idol for Steven and shocked the whole tribe. And Steven too. Talk about commanding respect. Just having the cojones to make this play against an all-star cast and still go on to win, that is an achievement.
When both of us are 100% convinced that the other is wrong, me that Steven must go, and Jeremy that Sierra must go, something has to give.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Yeah, Jeff. Our decision comes down to who can I trust more going forward. That's what Fishback.
First vote. Fishback does not count. Fishback does not count.
All the way.
10th person voted out and the 4th member of our jury. Sierra, need to bring me a torch?
What about the art of the bluff? Faking out your opponent to dodge their advantage and lean into their bad reads. Season 41, at the merge, Xander makes a fake idol and knows that a powerful advantage is about to be used against him. The knowledge is power advantage. It's like Go Fish, where you can just take someone's idol if they have one. If they have one. Because Xander was supposed to have one, but before Tribal, he made a fake one and then gave his ally Tiffany the real one. Liana played her advantage, tried to yoink the idol, but instead was offered up a big ol' grin as Xander taunted her to the high heavens. Anytime a flashback is included in this series of events, you know you're in for a ride.
This advantage is all about asking the right person the right question. So I have to make sure that Xander has it and hasn't given it to Abby.
You're gonna pray for her?
Yeah.
Just for sure.
100%.
Okay.
It'll be right on me the whole night, and then when Jeff asks, bingo, bango.
Do you have an idol, Xander?
No, but you can have this fig. Right before we left for tribal, I gave my extra vote and my idol to Tiffany.
She's been telling me all day we're good, and
Listen.
Xander says he's gonna play an idol on me, and she's trying to steal it from him, so.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
And now it begins. Tribal just went very live.
And the roller coaster doesn't stop, because the fourth moment is one that I've talked about a lot, and here's one more nod. Season 33, Millennials versus Gen X, in the pre-merge. Yeah, you might know where I'm going here. Jay blindsides Michaela out of the blue. Because she was a big threat, she was a strong player, and Jay was ready to watch the world burn. The amount of ice in his veins when she turns to him to ask if it was him who twisted the knife, it's on another level. I honestly don't think it has ever been matched.
I pulled the millennials together and used some rocks and shells to lay out a plan, just showing it doesn't matter really who stays and who goes if we play these numbers right.
We're the 4 shells.
Yeah.
As long as the 4 shells stay shells,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
we're good.
100%.
She's a huge threat because she's good at competitions, she's a smart chick, so I have this epiphany of saying, boop, Michaela should go home before the merge.
Damn, what a vote tonight. Yeah.
It's crazy when you make a big move because you're thinking, is this the right logical thing to do? This decision tonight could honestly mold the rest of my game, either for a win or for a loss.
Michaela.
What? Did you do that?
Yeah. I did it.
Seventh person voted out. Michaela, tribe has spoken.
My shoes. Damn, Jay. That's something good, bro.
Let's now talk about challenges and how a few players have been absolute units, beasts, dominating a challenge all on their own when they were on a team. James, Jonathan, two of the biggest men to ever grace. How do you even get that big? Both of these guys just Goliath a challenge with their muscles, their sheer willpower to take the victory at any cost. In the case of James, his team has to transfer a player across water on these high perches. And what does James do? He just picks up the beam and carries his team across the water. That's not how the producers designed that, but you know, it's not against any rule. Meanwhile, Jonathan is battling the wild tide. He is carrying this ladder. He is a one-man wrecking crew. Everyone else on the cast was drowning, and then there's Jonathan. He's already getting ready for the next episode.
Wow, Irai trying to outthink the challenge. Not using 2 poles.
Tell us which way to go.
James carrying the pole. The rest of the tribe keeping it steady. It works. It is a great strategy. Malakal now using Irai's strategy. Are they too late?
Okay, my foot's up.
Everyone, 1, 2, 3.
Up.
For immunity! Survivors ready! Go! Jonathan out helping now! Jonathan heading down! This challenge is much more difficult today simply due to the amount of turbulence in the water. Jonathan is carrying the ladder on his shoulder, and that ladder is no joke. That ladder is heavy, but you would not know it watching Jonathan. Jonathan now is going to go retrieve tribe members. First he gets the ladder, now he's grabbing Omer and reaching for Marianne. It is an amazing performance to watch. She's got it, puts it back in the water. Jonathan does it! Tucker wins immunity and reward. I've seen a lot of challenges. I've rarely seen an individual performance like that. Nice job.
One more badass moment that happened at a challenge was from season 18 Tocantins, when the good old country boy JT battled so hard to score points for his team that he also lost part of his tooth in the process. JT's face got smashed by another player, and one of his teeth was chipped off. And what did JT do right after in response? Nothing. He kept going. He wanted to keep playing and win the challenge. Jeff Probst had to stop what they were doing to assess the situation, retrieve JT's chipped tooth, to which JT said he didn't want it. He didn't need it. The best part is that Jeff kept the tooth for himself and brought it to the live reunion months later. Survivor is a weird show.
Got a tooth out. Lost a tooth. Ah. JT has lost a tooth. JT! Wait, JT, did you just throw it? You want this back, JT? Nah, it don't matter. Here, I'll hold it. Give it to me. First time ever in the history of Survivor, a point was scored while losing a tooth.
We went and found it. Brendan, I think, found it. I've kept it this entire time. Okay. Now, I want to ask you again do you want your tooth back?
These next two moments are about as deadpan as they come. I talked about Queen Sandra in the first video, and she is back again because this next moment is when we see her rivalry with Russell culminate in a single line, a single quote that basically tears him apart from the inside. Russell kind of embodies this machismo, godfather, mob boss kind of player. He loves to intimidate others into doing his bidding, into bending to his will. But Sandra doesn't give a shit. And when Russell says his infamous line to her, "You're either with him or against him," well, she's not with you, Russell.
Are you with me or are you against me? I'm against you, Russell. Okay. But are you with me or are you against me? If you're against me, you're going home next.
Who invited Boston Rob back to the party?
I'm gonna burn his hat.
Oh my God.
So he can take his bald-headed ass to the damn tribal council. Are you gonna tell?
Are you kidding?
That's how much game I got.
And then we have a montage of moments for number 9 because it's really just the Sophie Clark experience from season 23 South Pacific. Most players on Survivor love to appeal to the camera or the producers or the audience, and especially to Jeff Probst. There are a lot of behind the scenes reports of how Jeff is very adamantly you have to give him good TV. But Sophie is cut from a different cloth. She doesn't hide her lack of enthusiasm, and to me, it's this unwavering, steadfast demeanor that earns her a spot in my overall top 20. Let's just round up these moments, shall we? She sizes up Coach at that final tribal and tells the jury she handled him like a little girl. We get that stone cold I'm dying inside face at that terrible Adam Sandler movie reward, juxtaposed, of course, with Coach being just pure ham. And then at Tribal Council, when Jeff remarks how the discussion has been quite revealing. Right, Sophie? Sophie just shuts him down. She's not playing your dumb Chucky the Cheese games, Jeff.
How we doing?
Where were you? I've been waiting forever for you. This place is creeping me out. The house looks amazing. You got a new chandelier?
It was good because it was funny, but at the same time, there was a message, and the message was, hey.
This has been a bit of an eye-opening tribal, hasn't it? No?
No.
Really?
Hey, Albert, drop your stack and come pick up my pieces.
I'm in a pretty decent spot right now. Hold on. I gotta. All right,
Albert, just drop your stack.
And when I met Coach, I saw him as the equivalent of a young girl. He was someone who said to me, my loyalty is worth more than $1 million. I want to come out of this game restoring who I am. That's a guy who's not going to write my name down.
Last for this video, perhaps the most iconic moment in the show's history, and it's also one that kind of scares me a bit. The level of vitriol that Sue Hawk has for Kelly Wigglesworth at the final tribal of season 1 Borneo is nearly unparalleled. Certainly fear-inducing, commanding respect, albeit not so much from the other jurors who were instead inspired to vote for Kelly just despite Sue. The snakes and rats speech is one for the history books, and it's about as badass of a speech as it gets, given $1 million were on the line, and Kelly betrayed Sue's loyalty. Mind you, this wasn't season 50, it hadn't ever happened to this degree before, and Sue was laying it all out for Kelly to mop up. Snakes and Rats is the epitome of the game of Survivor in a single moment, and for that, I have decided to give it that sip of water.
I feel we owe it to the islands
spirits that we have learned to come to know. To let it be in the end the way Mother Nature intended it to be, for the snake to eat the rat.
And those are 10 more badass moments in Survivor history. So I want to ask you, what other badass moments exist out there that I haven't brought up yet? Where could we go next? Until then, a big thank you to my patrons for all your support. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to call him Benjamin on your way out. It's his God-given first name after all. And I will see you in the next one, once I get ready to talk about a whole different godfather of Survivor.
I was airlifted in. I had a military helicopter actually drop me off. And I look over and I think I see some indigenous people that are sitting there creeping through the bush. They tie me to this stake and they take turns beating me with a club. I got in the kayak and I dipped it in the water and I paddled like hell. And I paddled so hard that my hands started bleeding.
How much does it cost to get a military copter to drop you in?
That would be free.
Coach is either the new coming of Jacques Cousteau, or he's, basically the biggest fraud that is in this game.
I try to actually tone it down because if I tell them that that the tribe was, looking at my ass, talking about eating my ass. So actually, when I tell these stories, I usually try to give like the PG-13 version of it.